When we think about the future, right, when y'all sit down and think about where you are today, when did it shift for you all to say, you know what, or maybe there wasn't a shift. Sound like you was there in high school, but it's like for us, when did our mind shift to start thinking about, okay, future, wealth, debt freedom, just peace, joy, rather than I want the Louis, Gucci, I want to go here, I want to drive this car, I want to be in this house right now. Forget investing into my 401k, don't open a Roth IRA, because I can take that money and go buy this and look good. Look impressive today, but not be impactful for tomorrow. Like, when did that shift for us at the
I can
table?
tell you the exact date happened.
Oh, wow. You know the exact date, like to the date?
I know exactly when it happened.
When it happened.
The day my wife said, I'm pregnant. I said.
That's a good one.
That day was the happiest and scariest day of my life. And that day I knew that was literally like everything's changing now.
Wow.
And that was the day. It wasn't that I wasn't taking life seriously. I'd always taken life seriously.
Yeah.
But that day my mindset changed.
Wow.
It took me years to graduate from college. I had not graduated from college.
Okay.
And I was just fumbling through college, not really doing much. When my wife told me she was pregnant, I said to myself, I'm not gonna let my daughter, when my daughter's born, I want her to see me walk and get my degree.
That's real.
I got my degree. What was taking me years to finish.
Yeah.
In the 9 months, it was a 9 to 10 month period.
Yeah.
I went to an accelerated school.
Wow.
Springfield College in Massachusetts. And I got my degree, and my daughter was born in September. And in December, I walked, and she watched me walk and get my
That's
degree.
amazing.
So it just changed everything.
Changed everything.
I would say mine started a little earlier than when my daughter was born. So I remember reading The Total Money Makeover.
Wow.
It was like Christmas 2016-ish. And I said, it's time to go. Because at that time, I had about maybe $160,000 of student loan debt. And I said, no, it's time to go. It's time to make something happen. So from there, mind you, I'm this corporate guy. I got my MBA and I got all this debt. Making good money to be in my mid-20s. But I had to, swallow my pride. I got a job at Subway.
Oh.
So I was flipping sandwiches after I would leave my corporate role and go down the street, put my uniform on. I'm flipping sandwiches. And that was probably the most humbling experience ever.
Wow.
Because it didn't matter what was on paper about Frugal Freddy.
Right.
It was about, let's get rid of this debt.
Wow.
And I didn't let my ego get in the way of that. I got an MBA. I shouldn't be working at Subway. No, that MBA is making you work at Subway.
Come on.
So through that, it's just taking the mentality of like, I got to make this happen for my family. And at that time, I wasn't married. I was dating my wife. We didn't have kids. So I'm like, I don't want to give this to my kids. I wanted it to be gone way before they even turn 5. So I've worked at Subway, worked at Target. I deliver food. I've sold stuff on the street corner, like junk from our home.
Yeah.
So it's just, by any means necessary, I'm getting rid of this debt.
Yeah.
I would say at one point, we went too full throttle.
Yeah.
And we had to pull it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Because life's more important than some debt.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, the debt will be gone.
Yeah.
So I just had to humble myself. And after reading that book, I read the book over a weekend.
Yeah.
I said, no, it's go time.
It's go time.
It's go time.
It's go time.
So should I go to job at Subway, man? We're going to make this happen.
Gotta make it happen.
Listen, I have no problem with that, man. One of the key things for me when I got here is I had to swallow my pride, too. I'm telling people, hey, do anything you have to do to get out of debt. And so when I got here, I was debt-free. When I moved to Nashville, Tennessee, right? Debt-free. I'm on the stage, I'm traveling the world, and I'm telling people, hey, you have to be willing to be uncomfortable to really reach your goals. And so God said, well, what have you done uncomfortable recently?
Ooh.
And I was like, well, I ain't got to, I'm good. He was like, no, but how are you going to tell people to really get uncomfortable? You have to get uncomfortable. And I was like, oh, shoot. I'm making 6 figures, and I go drive for Uber. The very first person I picks up recognizes who I am.
That's real.
Like, Anthony, I thought you were debt free. I was like,
I am.
I'm like, how do I explain this? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do I? You know, he's like, bro, does Dave know you? You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, you know, and I told him the truth. I was like, man, I'm good. I said, but I teach people that to get to where you want to go, you have to be willing to be uncomfortable. Because nothing extraordinary happens with inside of our comfort zones.
That's real.
And so I had to remind myself, what does it feel like to be uncomfortable? And for literally a whole month, I drove for Uber. I would leave this office, get in my car, go vacuum out the car, fill it up with gas, and go pick people up and drive them around in Uber. And a few people recognized me, but just to hear the stories and hear people's life, and I was able to actually minister to people. People like, man, this Uber driver just dropped some knowledge on me. What? You're different. You're a different kind of Uber driver. But you know, that was a season of me being uncomfortable. But I've been there. I was homeless. I was sleeping in the back of my car. But I haven't been there and really been that uncomfortable. And so God was like, I need you to remember that. So when you get on the stage, you know, honestly, to this day, where to pull from.